Hey guys, welcome to the scene of a terrible accident. See that? That's not really blood, it's ketchup. But there was an accident and I nipped off the tip of my finger. So we're gonna go over how that happened. I don't have any live footage of it, so I'm gonna give a little dramatic reenactment. And then we'll figure out how we can prevent this from ever happening again. So, enjoy. So I was using my finger, trying to hold pressure on the board up against the fence. Can you see where this is headed? Like a moron, I held on too long. The saw threw it in the air. And at the side of my finger, or lack thereof, things just went black. All right, so as you can see, I kind of made light of that, but it was a very serious accident, and I'm very fortunate that it was not much worse. I mean, it could have taken my finger or multiple fingers or anything else, and fortunately it was just the tip of my finger, and I bandaged it up, put a band-aid on it, and went right back to work. The problem is that since I've got my new bigger table saw, the feather board that I built for my old one didn't fit this one, and I didn't want to take the time, excuse me sir, I didn't want to take the time to build it because I only needed just one more thin strip. So I did it this way and got injured. So today's project is going to be building a new featherboard / thin strip jig because I've got a lot of these to cut out in the future. And it's not entirely my idea. I saw another YouTuber build it this way and I really liked it, so I'm going to copy that. And hopefully prevent any kind of injury or worse in the future. Started by squaring off the end of a piece of scrap 3/4 inch plywood, and then cut a scrap piece of hardwood to the same length as the width of the 3/4 plywood. Next was ripping 2 1-inch wide strips of 1/2 inch plywood. And because I'm a moron that forgot to push record, here's another reenactment. I had a narrower strip of 3/4 plywood that I glued the 1/2 inch plywood on each side of to create a bed of sorts where it could slide back and forth with very little wiggle. I added a runner on the bottom that fit in the miter slot and a few brad nails to hold down the 1/2 inch plywood. Then I screwed the piece of hardwood onto the end of the narrow strip of 3/4 plywood and we're all caught up. With the slider fully retracted, I drilled a pilot hole, then flipped it over, extended it, and drilled back through that pilot hole into the top, creating 2 holes in the center about 5 inches apart. A 1/2 inch Forstner bit is the perfect size to countersink for a 1/4 inch carriage head bolt. Unfortunately, the only one I had on hand was way too long, but you know the old saying, way too long beats way too short. Using a straight edge, a straight bit, and those 2 pilot holes as the starting and stopping points, used a router to cut a groove all the way through the top piece. Picked up these 2-inch casters at Harbor Freight for roughly $3 a piece. Set them on an 1/8 inch spacer so they wouldn't drag on my table saw bed, and marked out the holes so I could drill pilots for screws. Okay, Okay, finished featherboard slash thin strip jig. Doesn't look like much, but then neither do I. So it's not a matter of what it looks like, it's a matter of what it does. So the thumb screw here allows it to go in and out depending on the thickness of the thin strips. Once you get it set and locked down to the thickness that you want, you never move it again. You move the fence over each time, pushing the piece of wood between the fence and the wheels will get you back in the exact same spot for multiple cuts of the same thickness. So let's give it a shot, see how it works. Very pleased, worked very well. I have 4 equally thick, thin strips and all 10 of my fingers. So I'll be using this a lot in the future. I encourage you, if you're a woodworker, to find ways to build jigs to make things much safer so that you don't have an accident like I did. So anyways, thanks for watching, guys.